Hello everyone, I'm Guy Chaudhary and welcome to my channel Technical Bio. And in this video I'm going to share about COVID-19 test procedures. So how COVID-19 test is performed in the lab, what are the strategies and which tests are available on recent days to test COVID-19. So before starting the videos, please like and subscribe my channel so that this message will be circulated more and everyone know about the test strategy about this COVID-19, and they can choose which test procedure is best for them to test. And if anyone have symptoms, and they can recently visit the labs and test for them. So while starting, there are lots of new technology developing to test COVID-19, but in the recent areas, what happens, two major test procedures are carrying to test COVID-19, and that two technology, that two research are here. That is one of the RT-PCRs and next is RBT's blood test. RT-PCR means reverse transcripted polymerase chain reactions, and next rapid diagnostic rapid blood test. And by these two methods nowadays COVID-19 is tested in the lab. So how these are tested and what are the strategies? While talking about some few difference among the tests, we will see here. So in PCR test, what happened, we will test for in this test and detection should be done for antigen, and while in blood test detection is done detected antibody is detected. And antigen is that part that cause infections disease in human animals, and antibody is that protein that is produced by the humans animals against the infectious particles such as virus, bacteria. And talking about PCR, so how much time is taken to carry this process is that it will take 6 to 8 hours according to the lab technicians and the machines. And talking about a blood test, it will take 15 to 20 minutes. It is the rapid test. And while talking about cost, so PCR is more costly than blood test, and maximums it will carries estimated 5 or 6,000 around. And talking about accuracies, then PCR is more accurate than this blood test, because but both tests are not so 100% accurate, but more accuracy, talking about more accuracies than PCR test is RT PCR is more accurate than blood test. Because sometimes what happens, in the cases of blood test, sometimes it gives false positive results also, maybe because of the defect in kits, or maybe sometimes what happens, the antibodies that is produced, that is not exactly COVID-19, maybe of human coronavirus also. In that cases also it will provide false positive results. So if anyone have for a doubt about test related to blood test and they have false positive, they are recommended to test for again PCR test. So it is the confirmatory test. And while talking about next about while talking about PCR, PCR simply is to understand in PCR test. PCR is a machine that can amplify, means that can make billions of copies of some certain fragment of DNAs in presence of a specific primer. And in these cases it is done so. But in RT-PCR what happens, first of all, the RNAs, that is genetic materials of COVID-19, is first of all isolated from the samples, and it is treated in the lab to lysis the cells and just extract the genetic material, and it should be run on the PCR machine. And what happened before and in that process, what happened, the mRNA is first of all reverse transcribed to DNAs, and so the name is refers to reverse transcriptions PCR. Then after, the PCR has three main process, that is denaturations, annulings and extension. It means when the mRNAs is transcribed to DNAs, double stranded DNAs, and then that is denatured. It means the strands are break from each others at 95 degrees centigrade, and then then the primer attached to that strains, template strains, and afterwards the tag polymerase just start to synthesis the new strains of the DNAs, and that process is called annulings, and that happens in 55 degrees centigrade. And later when it synthesizes the new strains of DNAs, and it will just extensions happens and exchange, and that happens in 72 degrees centigrade. And likewise the process carries for 35 to 40 cycles, and it will complete the cycles, and afterward billions of copies are prepared from this process. And why it is important? Because in a samples the COVID-19 is not detected, because it is in a small quantity. To amplify, to make millions of copies to detect that COVID-19, it is carried in RT-PCRs, and it is just analyzed how it there is the real-time PCR run, so it will be visualized by that fluorescence when it will just make strains, and the fluorescent graph will rise. Then it detect that person is suffering from COVID-19, and if the fluorescent graph for fluorescent is not rise, then the person is detected to negative. So likewise PCR test is carried on. And while talking about blood test, rapid blood test, and it is the simple test. While how it is carried, it is carried just like a sugar test, and a needle is required to prick the fingers to take out the drop of blood, and just place that blood in the place of that sample, here given sample, and here added buffer, and it will let to run for 15 to 20 minutes. And while running, there is the control line, and here control line, and it means that if there is control line, it means the kit is working properly. And afterward, what happen then? If there is a line shown in this, then the person is supposed to be COVID-19 positive, and if there is not line regarding this here, then a person is supposed to be COVID negative. So it is so simple test. It will just take 15 to 20 minutes, and it can be also done at your homes if the kits are available, proper equipment are available. So these are the two tests which are carried on lab to test COVID-19. And if anyone have some sort of symptoms related to COVID-19, they must concern to the hospitals lab facilities where these tests are available, and test themselves in the time, so that they can recover. If infected, they can recover, otherwise it will be too late to recover, and it will be difficult to survive. So share this message so that everyone know about these test procedures, strategies, and just decide themselves which tests are better for them, and carry on the test procedures, and protect themselves from this COVID-19. And thank you for watching my videos.